Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Encounters, the late night, late night spiritual UFO talk show. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. Good evening, and it's been a great evening. It's been a great day, and we had a good morning show. Our morning show, Cosmic Eye Astro Radio. We had a great show this morning. And for those that might have missed the morning show, it'll be on my YouTube channel, Astro Command Spaceship News. So it's been really nice to have a beautiful day. Went out for a ride with my better half, and we just enjoyed the day. Elvira, everybody, Lavella, everybody coming in, good evening. And yeah, so I'm going to wait till all of you from around the world get here. El Pato Nada, welcome El Pato Nada to the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media on planet Earth. Tommy Taylor, good to see you. Karen, everybody, Judy White, and everyone, welcome. Let's see here. My friend Sexual Jamalti, he misunderstood you, needs your light and guidance. I'll have to find out who might have blocked him, and we'll unblock him as long as they, well, I don't know what they did, but hey, Chester, good to see you. And so, Keyboard, we'll try to find out who that is and have them, whoever did the blocking, if I, when I'm not on here, I'll look for that name and then try to unblock it or have one of my moderators do it. Oh, thank you. On Facebook messages, Lavola, thank you. I think I saw my father. I'm going to get into that. So before I came on here, I was on April's live. I just felt guided to go there. And, she was on, so I went there. And my father was there, and her father, Nakanik, was there. There were a number of Astro Command people coming through the rift on her live just 30 minutes ago. And I just got there, and my father was, there in her room coming through the rift. Her father was there, and I think a few other people from the ship. And so my father was able to see me. He can see me through her TikTok, so he was able to see my face and everything. And I told my father that I love him. And they're watching on the ship right now, so they can see me. They can all see me. They're also watching April. She's live right now, and they're watching me. So when we're live, they see everything we do. It was a beautiful moment tonight before coming on here that I was telling my father that I missed him, and I'm patient, and I look forward to when I do get to see my whole family on the ship. I am really looking forward to it. Lavola and a few other people got a snapshot of my father in April's room, and I did see his face a little bit, and I think it'll be a lot clearer than the first time. I looked at one of the pictures sent to me. I think this will be a better picture of him. And my father happens to be a very beautiful looking person, human, and very beautiful. So I look forward to a clearer photo of him. So I figured I'd share that with you, So before I came on here, I just had a beautiful, like a communion with my parents, at least one of them. I don't know if my other siblings were in the room, but her father was there. A few other Astro people on the ship were there. And it's been, Steven, so actually, when I came to Earth, I didn't even know I was a commander. When you're a kid, I'm just having a normal growing up experience as a human being. But I had no idea what that was like. I didn't know I was any commander. When I say commander, for us from off planet, that means something different than on Earth. So the definition of a commander is someone who is in command of their own spirit, cosmic spirit. On Earth, it means something different. It's more of your definition of commander is more of a military strict definition. But off planet, when we call ourselves commanders, it's more of a spiritual, cosmic understanding. It's not time. it's not time yet, Judy. When I do go on the ship, and that'll be the time for him to be able to come here as he goes through the rift with April. So Chesno, myself, Johnny, and Kit Kat, when it's time for us to go on the ship, they will know, and then we will go. So, but for now, I'm enjoying the moments. Like, I sense when I'm supposed to be there, and I knew before I went live. I said I got to go and visit April, and then my father was there, and her father was there through the rift, and it's just the timing is always perfect. And no, April is she wasn't taken on the ship tonight. She is doing her thing, which is good. So she's got a break. She's not going on the ship unless they do it later. They didn't say she had to go, so she's taking a break. They're giving her a break, and she's enjoying just being with people on her life. So that's a beautiful thing, which I think is important. Sometimes we need a break. And today, on my show this morning, I had a person named Joe. He was, oh, okay, Sonic. April, no. April is April. Two different people. Hey, Sonic, good to see you. So, as I was going to say is, I had somebody on my show this morning. His name was Joe. He was in a car, or he travels. He called my show last week on ESU, and he'd mentioned, I think I have an implant in me. So I'd never done a remote on my radio show before to take out an implant. I've never, on my show, taken out an implant. And Batman, I'll get to your question in a moment. So I did a remote. This person was like, he wasn't driving. He was in the car with somebody else driving. And I got him to meditate. I got him to relax and do the breathing exercises. And during that latter part of my show, when I had him on, I took out an implant as he was traveling in a car, and I destroyed it, which is the first time I've done that with somebody. Usually it's you're in a house, you're in a condo, you're in some place where it's still, but he was in a car. Lucky he wasn't driving, and I took out the implant this morning. You'll be able to watch that show on my YouTube channel. I don't think I have it on there yet, but you will. And everything's documented again. Janet says, I think I have an implant. And I think, Batman, you had a question. How do we contact our star family? The one thing I teach people, the way April does it, because she's physically going, you might not have physical contact right away, but I think the most important thing is to do meditation. And I think the most important thing for people to do is really get into quiet spaces where you can do the meditation. And it should be always a Christed cosmic meditation. That's the strongest meditation. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's essentially using higher vibrational music when you meditate, doing breathing exercises, being still, turning off your brain, and just focusing on saying that I'd like to contact my Christed star family. And that's as simple as that, my Christed star family, whoever they are. I don't know who your family is, nor do I know who most people's families are. But when you do that meditation, down the road, I think you will have some beautiful experiences. So it's a matter of really being disciplined and focused. Let's see here. Hey, Universal. I think there could be, I don't know what the percentages on planet Earth of people that have been taken, abducted, and implanted. I really have no idea. All I know is what I see here is that it seems to be a percentage of my audience has had that problem of being implanted and abducted over the years. And normally, I don't get too focused on it. I mean, I'll do one or two during the show. I don't want to get too focused because if it goes around the world that this person on Earth is taking on implants, we're going to have a bazillion people from all over the world getting on TikTok wanting me to take out implants. And I have to be careful of that because I've been given a great responsibility in that area too. And I will listen to the story and then I will decide whether I need to do something. In most cases I will, but I don't want to, I know that there's so many people with implants coming on the show that I don't want to turn the show into 2 hours of taking out implants. But I do include that in the incorporation. And I think, Cassie, you're right. I think there's a lot of people that have been, unfortunately, abducted over the years. And I got my cat here laying right next to me. You be a good girl? You gonna be a good girl? You were sleeping, now you're gonna be awake? Always want to go live. Always want to go live, right? No, don't do that. No. You got food. Okay. Thank you, Commander. Did April have any more advice for us from our Star family? I wasn't there too long. I was only there for around 10:30ish or whatever, and my father and her father were there. They came through the rift, and I'll show a picture of it that's been sent to me. I'll copy the picture maybe for tomorrow night and show you whatever the still images of my father were. I'll show that on the show here. Operation Time Rich, thousands go missing also. And I've heard about that, people saying thousands go missing. I don't know where they're missing to. That's not something I'm really focused on, so I have a lack of information on that part of it. The cat is not here now. She went away, and she's now in another room. Star seeds, if they are working really, truly focused on their higher vibrational levels, tend not to get abducted. But I'm sure some of them have, or don't put a protection around them. I'm sure some of them have been. The cat has an encounter story. Laugh. Yes, probably. Probably, Kathy. So we're just glad to be here with all of you tonight and have your support of the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media. We have no idea what's going to happen. We're here to break the matrix. Just for those of you who are new, I am CmdrAleon. I'm from off planet. I work with the Astro Command. And I got to spend some time in April's live earlier tonight before 11. And my father, her father were there, and some other commanders off the ship. And they were going back on the ship when I left. So I decided it was time for me to go and get ready for my show. So, I do get to communicate with my father. And a lot of times they'll come in, and I know when to be there with April's live. And I know when they're there, like tonight. And we had a great kind of a communal feeling of love. And that's all I need, that one moment of just knowing my father's there and how much I love my family on the ship. That's all I really need, just those little things. And I don't need a whole lot, Jesus does have a family. Actually, Jesus has a family off planet. Jesus does have a family off planet, yes. And the most beautiful thing, yes, at the beginning I did see my father. It was sort of like, for me, it was a grainy image. I saw her face, but hopefully some of the people that took a screenshot of him, they're sending me pictures. I'll get to look at the pictures that might be a lot better than what I was looking at. But I did get to see him. I always knew, yes, Jesus actually has a family off planet. Do being some other planets have emotions? Yes. The people that are human, the ones that did not do away with their emotions, the lower vibers did away with their emotions. But the people that are cosmic spiritual beings of light, they have emotions, they have families. They have very much human emotions. Very much so. I'm just, one of the things we do here is, with the knowledge I have from coming to Earth, and also one of the things I love doing is, as we do the show, my YouTube channel, P.A. Muskie, is Ashtar Command Spaceship News. Thank you, Gene. Thank you. Ashtar Command Spaceship News. Good thing I have a lot of apple cider. Hey, Greta, good to see you. Welcome. I wish I could share a photo of my father. He looks like you, Commander. I miss him. Amina, beautiful. I wish you could too. But, so when I saw my father tonight, I kept thinking, I invited my father to visit me. I said, officially invite you to visit me, whenever you wish to. And so I put the invite out to him. He told me to be patient, but I was just explaining to him that he can come here and visit me. So who knows? Maybe one day or one night he'll come here and visit, So we'll see. But I know the time will be coming. I know that there'll be a time coming soon. And I look forward to that point. So that's the beautiful part of life, to realize that you can reconnect with the people you love, And they know how much I love them. I told them tonight, I said, I love my two sisters and my brother and you, my mother on the ship. I send my love to them always, because I do. And I told them I look forward to the night or the day that I go on the ship to see them, to reunite with them. That's going to be the most beautiful experience I'll have my whole life. I think. Most important. And they're watching the show now. So even though they're on the ship, my parents are watching everything on the show right now. They have a monitor. They can watch my whole show. They see me. They see all of you. They see everything. Amina, thank you for the hat. Thank you so much. Amen. How you doing, Pagan Prince? Good to see you, brother. Patty, welcome to the show. Everybody coming in here. One of the things I like to do is I love hearing people's stories. There have been a lot of people, hey, Iris, a lot of people have been video recording, and especially on TikTok. It's amazing. I'm seeing a lot of people with original videos. They're getting original videos of spaceships. And I've been contacting these people and messaging them because their videos are real. They're actually taking footage that they have gotten from being outside versus the people that are creating fake videos with CGI. These people are recording beautiful videos of spaceships. You can call them UFOs if you wish to, but they are certainly spaceships. And I've been trying to get these people, I sent them messages to come on to the show here and talk about their sightings. Because in the last week, so many people are having sightings. And this week, I'm sure there are going to be more people posting sightings on TikTok that have TikTok because they're actually having sightings. And these are not fake CGI created videos that I've seen in the last month. Tenon Eder, these interdimensional lives will always only tease us. No, they won't. We're not being teased. There's interdimensional, multidimensional. It's not just one thing or the other. It's everything. From all the different planets in the universe. No, we're not being teased. We're being prepared for contact. Especially now. So be ready, Tenon, because this is only the beginning. This is really only the beginning. I'm going to give you, I think Rise UPHI. You can send it, write this down. My TV show email address is CmdR. That's CmdRAleon at AOL.com. If you send me the video there, I will definitely look at them. And Tenor Eder, I have two clips for you. I'd like to take a look at it at Tenor. I'd love to just send it to my TV show email address is CmdRAleon at AOL.com, and I'll take a look at the clips here. I've been actually posting some of the videos I've seen from these people that I know are real, and been posting them on my Astro Command Spaceship News here on TikTok, and also putting in my YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is Astro Command Spaceship News. That's where I put the shows on, and also I also add real spaceship videos on there from people. Yeah, I'm going to follow you. I will now follow you so I can do that. So As a matter of fact, now that I'm following you, follow me back and I'll be able to message you after the show or in the morning. The link, I'll give you my email. I'm going to give you the email. Let's see here. Hopefully you can see it. Wait a minute. This is my email for the show. Hopefully you got that. I just, do star people use money like us? No. Paris, great question. So the star people, my father, who I just was talking to on April's Live, my friend who's on live now, they don't use money. On the other planets, there is no money, so to speak. They don't need it. They don't have it. They don't have shopping malls, gas stations. They don't have the conventional things we have on our planet. Everything is very pure, natural. They have advanced civilizations of cities and country areas, and it's not like Earth. It's very different. There's no money. They have no need of money. They don't use it. Excuse me. Good question, Paris. Oops. Nope, they don't do any bartering. There's no money and no bartering. It's just everything is free. All the food that's grown is equally free. Everything they have is free. There's no 3D money systems or even 3D bartering systems. Sam, I don't know if I get your pick or not. Did you send it to my email, Sam? Did you send it to the email address, or did you message me the pick? Because I'm going to check both. Excuse me. I'll have to check it. I've been going through my emails, and if you send it to me and send it to CmdrAleon@AOL.com when I go off tonight, I'll take a look after the broadcast. Excuse me. Baby, Brooklyn, New York. I've been seeing the glowing orbs for at least 20 years now. I wasn't sure if they were satellites. Hello, Starseed. Commander, grand evening, sir. Hope you... Yes, we did, blessed mom, we did. No, they don't. Stephen B. These people from other planets, they don't eat any meat. They're vegetarians. They don't eat meat. They eat all types of vegetables and fruits, but no meat. How are we going to live? We're going to live in a much different way than we do now. We're going to live in a much more harmonious relationship in the universe. We're going to live in a planet that has no wars, has no hate, has no need for money, has no need for, automobiles, has no need for... The way we're going to live, we won't need to have the structure that we have now on Earth. It's going to be different. Very different. Matter of fact, let me do this here. Sam, I'm going to give you my email right here. That's a better way. Just send it to me on email with a subject title, and I'll be able to know that it's different from some of the other stuff I get. Will we live on Earth or in spaceships? We'll live on Earth. We're not going to leave Earth. The Earth is going to be cleaned up because it is a mess right now. And so there'll be a time when people will be taken temporarily off planet and then be brought back on Earth once the Earth is cleaned up. Because it has been messed up for a long time. For a long time. Yes, you will be able to come back to your homes, but it will not be a planet the way it is right now. The planet will be much more beautiful than it is now. The planet's going to be much more of a place where the air is clean, the waters are clean, everything will be different. And it won't be 144,000, it's going to be the whole planet, billions of human beings. Are we not our own saviors? Can you explain what you mean by that? What do you mean by, are we not our own saviors? I'm curious as to what you mean by that. Matter of fact, I think I'd like to bring you up for that question. I'm going to bring you up by Maria. That's a great question. I'm going to bring you up to ask me the question on the live. You have to be over 18. No kids on the show, no smoking, no vaping on the show, no drunks, no drinking, no paranormal discussion, no politics, and no religion. Let's see here. we won't own property anymore, right? Yeah, property was never to be an ownership. We'll have places to live, but we won't have to own anything at all. Hey, Maria, good evening.
Hi there.
And let me just do something here.
Sorry, what was that? Sorry, what was that?
Let me bring the volume up. Hold on a minute. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I had my AirPod off. I had it on. So, good evening. Ask me the question again because I didn't quite. Sometimes I don't get the gist of the sentence, and so I'm very interested in the question.
Are we not our own saviors? It sounds like you're saying that we're just gonna get beamed up into somewhere and someone else is gonna do the fixing.
Well,
Are
we're
we
going to be
not?
doing the fixing. We're going to be doing the
Mhm.
fixing too. Now I understand it better by verbal communications. It makes it much. I really appreciate this. So we're not really our own saviors in a sense. I mean, there's nothing really to save. We're all collectively in this together. We're all star seeds. We've all come from other places, but we don't remember. So what the Astro Command is, my family, and my father, and all the people on the ship, what we're doing is they're going to take people off the planet, but we're all going to be stewards of the planet. We're all responsible for the planet we live on, and they're not going to do everything for us. We're going to do it too. So we're going to be equal partners in doing it. And the beautiful part is when we do it, we're going to have a planet that is sustainable, a planet that we can live on in peace and harmony. And there won't be all these things that are going on now existing as that happens. So there'll be a point when people will be taken off planet temporarily. It might seem like an hour of Earth time, which is different than in space. There's no time. And when we come back, however that works, the planet's going to be a little bit different than it is now.
Have you heard of the void? The 3 days probably of where people might experience this void. I feel like I've heard something like that.
Yeah, I don't go. I've read about it. I don't look at much on the internet because those are things that are written by human beings that have created things that they call the void. And then,
Mm-hmm.
my background is because I didn't come from this planet. I'm fully activated now, so I
Same.
can ask. I can
Same.
usually answer a lot of questions.
That's wonderful.
I've heard about that. The 3 day void, I tell people don't believe in that because it's not true. What's true is that you will be, for a moment of time, taken off planet at some point before contact, and then everyone will be coming back to this planet. You're not going, to stay off the planet. You're going to come back here. This is where you live. So the command is
Right.
not having you come off anywhere. Everyone's coming back, and you're going to be able to be stewards, and you're going to be the ones that are going to help create what is called a new Earth on this particular Earth. You're not going to go to another Earth. We're all going to live here, which
Absolutely.
is the
Yeah.
beautiful part of it. And the command's whole thing is not to have people be fearful of what's going to happen. They should be not fearful. They should be working on meditation, getting centered, not listening to
Grounding.
all these things on the web, not going on the YouTube channels and all these people creating all these contents that are making you confused and fear-based. That doesn't help anybody. And so on this show, which is like the number one spiritual UFO talk show, our goal is to educate people, interview people, and answer your questions. Like, I think your questions are valid, and that's why I wanted to bring it up here. Sometimes I have trouble understanding a question unless I can actually talk to the person.
Wonderful. I love that. I definitely see a lot of people awakening. I have so much faith in what's happening. I see a new age for humanity, and I love that you're confirming that with this. So thank you for bringing in so much light.
Well, thank you for asking the question and having you on here. I can understand better. I was hopefully able to answer it because I think I kind of understood it, but it was now more understandable talking to you.
Perfect. I will jump off now. Thank you so much for
All right.
making
Well,
space.
oh, thank you. We're going to bring it down gently here. Let me see if we can do that. Yeah, we can. So this is what I like. This is, if you have questions about what's going on, I want to kind of delve into the whole thing with the new Earth. I think there's things that people have to understand here. Human beings have a tendency to always want to seek knowledge and information. That's great. But there's also things out there. Hey, Barbara, good to see you. Yes, the oceans, yes. Climate change, I would have to ask my father about that the next time I talk to him. But yeah, the oceans and, everything's going to be different. Bridget, everyone will be able to see the new Earth. You're all here now. So let's just kind of, I haven't talked about this much, but I think it's important to mention, hey, Dino, good to see you. The new Earth is not like another planet somewhere. I know down the line on websites over the years, people will talk about this new Earth, like it's like something. I've never met Bashar. No, I've never met Bashar, Lobster. But the new Earth is not a separate planet. It's not like you're leaving this planet to go somewhere else. You're not going anywhere else. You're staying here. You have a choice once we have contact to meet your star family, but you're really, I think a lot of people are here to help the planet. Many of you are here to help the planet into being a planet of beauty. Will the new Earth look different? It will look like the Earth, but it'll be not the kind of Earth that looks all messed up the way it is right now. So the new Earth is going to be way different than it is now. You're not going to some other planet to escape planet Earth. You're going to be here to help heal the planet and gradually shift the planet into a beautiful place. Everyone's going to be involved in this. All of us, every single person here, when the Astro Command makes contact, we're all going to be responsible stewards of the planet Earth. We're all going to be participants. They're not going to walk us, they're not going to say, okay, we're going to take each human being and hold your hand and we're going to do it for you. We're going to be the ones doing it. Will we get to go past the so-called ice wall? Well, let me just say something. There is no ice wall. That was a thing that was created on the internet at some point over the years. Somebody created a website. Somebody started saying there's an ice wall, and then everybody believed it. Just like there's no firmament. The people that created that on the internet said, oh, you can't get past this because you have to go through this. No, you don't. Those are two things that were created by either government people or people that just wanted to mislead people through social media and the internet. There's no firmament and there's no ice wall. There are entrances in Antarctica where there are ancient civilizations or civilizations that live in below Antarctica that are advanced. And there are entrances into the inner Earth through Antarctica that are off limits to. Now, the funny thing is, there are cruises that go to Antarctica. There must be areas of Antarctica where they're able to have these cruises. Like you go to the Bahamas, you go to Antarctica. So they're probably told on these commercial cruises where they can actually go. But there's no ice wall. It doesn't even exist. There are things when you go over Antarctica that I'm sure that are zoned off where you probably will see things on the ground level that shouldn't be there. That's because, as we know, our governments of the world lie about Antarctica. But there is no ice wall. If you believe that, that's because you read it somewhere. You had to have read it somewhere by somebody on a website. And that's the only reason you would believe it. If you didn't have anything to read about Antarctica being an ice wall, you wouldn't believe it, right? Barbara says, I flew over Antarctica. No. So let me respond. User mudflap45. So let me just clear that up. The Astro Command are Christed human beings of light. The beings that put in chips were the government and also the government working with low vibrational ETs. They're the ones that implanted people with what we call chips. But the Astro Command is my family on the ships. The Astro Command are human beings, come from many different planetary systems of light. They don't put in chips in people. Those were the lower vibrational ETs. So I'm just giving you a short answer, not to make it complicated. Very different than, the government has worked for 70 years with low vibrational ETs, allowing them to put in implants, what you call chips, in their bodies. But that's been put to an end. So I hope that my response to you helps you a little bit. Peggy said, I have a former coworker who took the cruise. Do we have a timeline as to when? I'm always curious just to receive soon. So by Maria, you could. I definitely answer that question. The timeline originally for contact was 2027, 28. The Ashtar Command itself has shifted the timeline to 2026, end of 2025, the beginning. 2026 will be the year of the contact, to be very specific. Oh, you're going on your way to China. You went through Antarctica. That was probably an area that was not off limits. Oh, okay. Via North Pole, exited to via South Pole, yes. Sage Mystic. They don't need to because they can see our soul code in light form from our DNA. Correct. Thank you. Then I'm in. Very good. I'm glad you found the show, Mud. This is, I'm also host of WESU's NPR Pacific radio show for 21 years, Cosmic Eye Radio, Astrocommand Radio. I'm a contactee. For people that know that, many of you do, but many of you don't. When I was a kid, there was a spaceship that hovered in my cul-de-sac, and I went up to my brother's room and saw men and women in light blue outfits, spacesuits that were beautiful people. And that was the only time I had physical visual. But I've seen many spaceships over the years since the 60s, and like I said, I'm in connection now with my family off planet, and there's a group of 5 of us that will soon be going off planet, probably within early to mid 2025. Are the star people healthy? No, they don't get cancer. The star people have no cancer. They are healthy. They don't have any diseases. There's no pollution on the planets they live on, unlike Earth. They're very healthy. Very, very healthy, actually. And also, they have the ability to do things with their hands. They're fully activated people that have the ability to heal. They have the ability just to use their hands to do this. Toy Store next year, many will see. I think many will see Toy Store next year. I think many next year we're going to see a lot of increased sightings around the world. You're going to see what you call UFOs or spaceships that are not from this planet next year. I think you can see tenfold increase. When am I broadcasting from the ship? My father has not told me. You know, I was going to ask him tonight when I was on April's Live when I'm going to be doing that. But I will try to get some. It's hard to get that kind of information. But the next time I do talk to him, I will ask him that. I'm pretty sure I know it's going to be in 2025. I know it's going to be way before 2026, but they'll tell me and I will know. Great question, Bridgie. I don't get how everyone will help with the new Earth. Most humans are still unconscious. They won't be unconscious for long, Sarah. They are unconscious now, but people are waking up. There will be a point, there'll be enough people here that have woken up like yourself and others that will be way showers for other people, wherever you live on the planet, whatever city or town or little community you live in. You're going to be the beacon of hope and light for those other people. Everybody is, all of you. So this is what they mean when they say they're not going to do it all for us. Many of you are going to be the guiding lights in your communities to help other people. And when the ships start really showing up, you're going to be the ones that are going to help your neighbors. So it's going to be a collective effort. Oh, Barbara, it was very cool. Excellent. So Money Mike, officially contact will begin in 2026. Next year, you should start seeing a lot more things in the sky to get you prepared. They're going to gently prepare humanity for what's coming. And you might start seeing I don't trust the media around the world, the news media, I mean. I don't know how much they're going to show you anything or tell you the truth. But there'll be a point when all your world media is going to have to start realizing they better tell people what's happening where they are around the planet. But 2026 will be the year of contact. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Maria. DBO says, is the contact going to be violent? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. The contact is the contact of the space people, the star family, my Astro Command people. They are men and women from other planets of peace, spiritual planetary systems. The contact will be peaceful. There won't be any violence whatsoever. Now, on the violent part, if Earth-based governments try to use, and I don't think they're going to, but if they did try to use any technology to attack the space people will neutralize all the weapons on the planet in a nanosecond. We can shut down every single nuclear silo, every electrical system attached to a weapon of war would be dismantled and shut down in a nanosecond. So no, there's not going to be any violence when contact happens. DBO, thank you for the question. See, I asked Money Mike's question. Herbie, good to see you. I asked Money Mike's question. Sharon says, I see patient over my house last night. Sharon, we might want to bring you up to talk about that. If you would like to come up, Sharon, let me know, and I'll be happy to talk to you about that spaceship over your house. Molly flying high. When contact happens, Molly, in 2026, there'll be plenty of time for people to experience going off planet when contact happens. Toy Stop said, seen a UFO last Friday. Posted video. Excellent. How long do star people live to be? Star people, DBO, live to be thousands of years old. Like if you were to see a picture of my father, he's thousands of years old, and he looks to be 30 years old. They don't age. I mean, when I say they don't age, they don't physically age like people on Earth, where they start falling apart at about 75 or 80 years old sometimes. They live to be thousands of years old. No colds or flu. No, the space people don't get sick. My star people, my father doesn't get sick. My mother, they don't get sick at all, actually. You know what? I don't know what the ship, they're not really fueled by, they might be using water. I do believe they use crystallized energy. And also, I think they use energy naturally from the universe of the sun. But I'd have to ask my father more specifics on how the ships are run. But they don't run in any conventional kind of energy whatsoever. Housewives says I have an extra chromosome. Interesting, Housewives. Why? I think D. Comaniac. Are you asking why the increase of sightings? I believe that's your question. Let me bring you up here. Hold on a minute. I want you to ask me. I think you're asking me about the increase of sightings. So I want to get more clear on your question. If you want to come up, you have to be over 18. No foul language on the air. No smoking on the show. No vaping. No drinking. No drugs. No paranormal discussion, politics, or religion. Is your question about increased spaceship sightings? Katie Ice Watson, you have a question? Hey, Lavola. Yes, he will tell me to be patient. And I am. It might be a female camp. Glowbird, what might be a female camp? I'm not sure I know there are global C5 events that are planned by some of the big groups. I don't know when the next one is, but you have to, if you put on like in the internet, global C5 events, I'm sure you'll be able to find there's like one or two big groups that do that. FEMA camps. What about FEMA camps? We don't have to worry about that. FEMA camps, there's a lot of fear-based stuff with these things on the YouTube, on the internet about FEMA camps. That won't have anything happening with that. That won't affect anything with contact or anything like that. So no worries. There won't be anything like that allowed to happen. I think it's Inacio Alvarez. When will contact happen? I think is your question. 2026. Yeah, Heather, it is feeling close. Well, it should feel close. You're feeling it because it is getting close. 2026, and we have a year before contact. But that doesn't mean that people aren't going to start having experiences. I think many of you are going to have experiences that have never had it before. Out of the blue moon, you'll be contacted. I don't think it's going to be like a mass thing yet because it's not supposed to be. But I think individually, if you're ready for it, somehow you'll be contacted. Katie Lee Watson, who are they? You mean? And I think I'm going to ring. So Katie, when we say contact, the contact is going to be with the Astral Command. The Astral Command are Christed beings of light from many different planetary systems beyond Earth. They are men and women. They are human like us. Some of them have faces that might be cat-like from different civilizations, but they are all beautiful people, and they are all very loving, spiritual people of light. So that's what the Astral Command. The Astral Command represents the overall aspects of all the planetary systems of light throughout the multiverse. So that's who they are, if that's your question. Hey, Natasha. Heather says, I've been feeling them more and more, and I've still been seeing them even in the day. Beautiful, Heather, beautiful. And some people are like Heather. She's fully awakened, I believe, and she's having those experiences. Many of you will gradually awaken to those experiences, I think. Blake Peterson, I think they have shut down all the nukes in the world. Maybe. They won't let the nukes operate. They won't let them operate. They'll shut them all down. And if any are not, they'll shut them down. Yes, Blondie Walsh. Star family will be the first to meet us. Yes. So understand there's the general term star family, meaning that the spiritual beings of light are star family. Then their biological star family, which is your star family that is connected to you, Blondie. So there's two things with star family. There's a star family like my father, my two sisters and brother, and my mother on the spaceship watching the show right now. That's my cosmic biological family. Then there's the general aspect of the definition star family, which means that that's the star people from other planets. And in essence, when 2026 comes around, you'll get to, in general, meet people from the stars that are spiritual, loving people. So there's two different things with star family, and I hope that clears that up for people that are wondering about biological cosmic star family and about general star family. If they can heal, why have they not healed your vision? My vision's fine. I just wear these glasses because I have the ability to not always clearly see everything the way I normally would see it. Like I can take it off right now, I can still see it, but I wear these glasses. These are cheap glasses. But when I have contact with my family, they'll be able to clearly, just physically heal that part of me, and that'll be fine. So I don't even worry about it. I don't even think about it. It's really not that important to me. As long as I'm doing what I'm doing, I don't even focus on it. But good question. Let's see. Why V? True. Will they pick who they want to leave with them? No, they're not going to pick. It's not going to be a pick and choose. In 2026, it'll be direct contact with the whole planet. So it's not going to be picking and choosing anything. As we get closer, we'll have more information to share with people about what that's going to be like. There's plenty of time. And we have, let's face it, a year and 3 months or 2 months before contact happens. So there's a lot that will transpire between now and then, guaranteed. I think the important thing is that, again, focus on meditation, take 20 or 30 minutes a day or night, and focus on Christ conscious meditation. And if you stay focused on it, then you'll be prepared for 2026. I think that's the most important thing people can do. Earth will once again join the galactic federation of worlds living side by side. Absolutely, listen, Mom, absolutely correct. Yeah, the solar flares actually do affect your consciousness. The solar flares from the sun, the geomagnetic storms from the sun will affect your consciousness, and it does. When we have these big storms, and we're going to have a big storm coming up, where we might get more of these northern lights in New England, for example. We'll go out and take a look at them, but not just to enjoy the lights, but I can feel the energy from the northern lights going into my body. That will activate other things in your cellular structure. Ninth child. My father, his name is Rubar. He was on my friends with prayers 11/11 April earlier before 11 o'clock. Her father was coming through a rift in her room. My father was there, and I got to talk to him, essentially by sentence. And April was able to relay what he was saying in her live earlier tonight. So his name is Drobar. He's on a spaceship with the Ashtar Command, and he's a physical human being. And I come from that. That's my family on off planet. I have a physical body on a spaceship, which is in stasis. My body is I'm probably 2 feet taller than I am now, and my body is in what you call stasis. You know what stasis is? It's when you have a living body, it's still there, and my Ashtar consciousness or my Christ conscious being is here in human form and always has been since I've been born on Earth. I am human consciousness and I'm also Christed cosmic consciousness. So my father's name is Rubar. A lot of the ships run on anti-gravity propulsion. That's absolutely, Harry, good to see you. That's absolutely true. Yep. The electric is a blocker. Toy Stop. What do you mean the electric is a blocker? Can you explain what you mean? Hey, Midnight. I noticed I don't get sick when I have less stress in my life, aka not in a relationship. That's good. You know, eventually, if you do have a good relationship with somebody who's your a human who's your star mate, there's probably the person's out there somewhere, Mystic. You know. Yeah. Let's see here. Hey, hello there. I think it's Travi Sa, 1939. Hello, Iris. If we should want to stay on Earth, will we be healthy or will we be sick and become so? When we have the regeneration of the planet Earth, Iris, you'll be able to stay here. You'll have a choice. It's free will. If you wish to stay on the new Earth, you will stay here. If you wish to, if you finally meet your star family from off planet, you'll have the choice to go with them. It'll be completely a free choice. It's going to be beautiful either way. DBO, have you ever seen the leaked video of Malaysian Flight 370? Yes. DBO, I can tell you I know what happened to the Flight 370 from Malaysia. I was the week it happened over 14 years ago. There was a person on the YouTube called Dabu. He had tracked the tracking. There's a tracker thing called Tracker, and he was tracking the flight as it was going to disappear. It was live, and it went over the water, and these two disc-shaped objects in the tracker changed to looking like jets. When I got over the water, they changed to looking like disc-shaped golden objects over the water off the coast of Malaysia. What was done is that jetliner, the Malaysia Flight 370, was galactically taken off planet. All the people are alive. I talked about it the week after on my radio show on WESU NPR radio, which is my Astro Command radio show. I said, and he agreed with me that they never crashed. The jetliner never crashed anywhere. It was taken off planet. Those people are safe. They're a unique group of humans that were on that flight. And people would ask me, Commander, are they coming back? I don't know how that's going to work. I would suspect, that is definitely a possibility. But they are not unhappy. They were taken by people of light, by a galactic group of light, and they were a certain group of people that are very smart and intelligent. And I think that one day they will come back. And I just don't know when, though, but they are alive and well. They were taken over the years. I've meditated on what I understand. They were taken to learn more things to bring back to Earth. Some of these people were scientifically advanced in their understanding of certain things. And these people, men and women, were a certain group of people on this flight that were very unique. And they were taken to help the planet. And someday I think they will come back. I just don't know when. But they are safe and they're okay. Nope, the Greys have not been our friends. The Greys are known as the Zeta Reticuli. The Zeta were the ones working with our government that were implanting people and abducting them. So whoever said the Greys were our friends, whoever that is, they're incorrect in their analogy of that. Now, there might be some Zeta that opposed what was happening, but in truth, the Zeta would abduct people, and that was against universal law. So Jesus is not taking anybody. Jesus is not taking it. Jesus is with the Ashtar Command. Jesus is with the council that oversees the whole Ashtar Command. So unlike all the misinformation on Earth, on this planet, in the 3D world about Jesus, so much misinformation about him. He actually has a family off planet. Jesus is not taking us anywhere. When we have contact in 2026, you will have interaction with the star people of light, but Jesus is not taking us anywhere. I don't know where that came from, Sherry, but I appreciate you saying that. He's not taking us anywhere. I hope they come back and learn from them. I believe they will. Demon Slayer, thank you for the finger hearts. And you're watching Encounters, so I'm able to answer a lot of your questions because I don't come from this planet, and especially anything galactic, I'm good at. I've been fully activated, and on this program, if you're new to it, this is the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. We're not your nuts and bolts show where you wear a suit and tie. I'm talking to some former 3-star general or something. I love people. I love all of you, and I love your questions tonight. They're really good, and your comments. Let's see here. Aaliyah, will the Greys take shape as a man or a woman? No. The Zeta, they're not really any Greys. That's an Earth-based term in media. The Zeta will not take. There were men and women Zeta. There probably still are, but they're not gonna regenerate into what they were before, which was human, like they were before they destroyed their worlds. So that won't be happening. Great question, but they are actually so messed up they can't regenerate the way they were before. So let me see. Glowbird, we're going to bring you up to ask that question so I can understand it better. I'm randomly picking people. So Glowbird, come on up here if you're over 18. I want to understand what you mean by it's all 3D. I want to understand that question. If you come up live, you have to be over 18 again. No smoking on the show, no vaping, no drugs, no drunks, no paranormal discussion, no politics, and no religion, no kids on the show. And that's pretty much about it. Heather says, I feel very close to and familiar with the Illyrians and Avians. Very good. That's a beautiful thing, Heather. How much is it for removal of implants? There's no charge at all, Demon Slayer. I actually don't charge for taking on implants on my show. It's my mission work. I don't charge anyone who knows me. I don't make any profits on taking on implants. I'm an Ashtar Command person, and I've been gifted by my father to do this, and I don't abuse it. I take out ET implants freely. If I do find them, I will take them out remotely on my show. And I have done that. I did that this morning on my radio show with a person. I destroyed the implant, took it out of their body, and it was gone. But I don't charge for that. I'm glad you asked the question. No, I don't charge for that. People will be so shocked to learn they changed Earth history every 100 years. Well, when Earth goes to the new Earth, that change will be permanent. So the Earth that we're going to be living in will be a permanent Earth of peace, love. There will not be every 3,000 years going backwards. And now we're going to go backwards because we had 1,000 years, 2,000 years of peace, all that religious stuff. We're going to be living in a planet that's of a high vibrational frequency. So the planet's not going to go backwards down to a lower vibrational frequency. When we go to the higher vibrational frequency, we're going to be living in complete harmony as we will part of a galactic, spiritual, planetary world of light with all the other planets. I am ambitious music. Why haven't the Anunnaki and Lyrans? Why haven't the Anunnaki and Lyrans? Let me see. I'm going to have you come up to answer that question. If you want to come up, you can ask me that question verbally. I'll be able to understand it better. Why haven't the Anunnaki and Lyrans done what? I don't quite understand that. Because I'm not saying the full question. Not really, Peggy. They're already somewhere else. I don't believe that will be. I think they're already in another life somewhere, so I don't believe that will be happening. Aaliyah says, my husband had a visit from a woman. He said he couldn't move and he felt uncomfortable. I'm going to bring you up, Aaliyah. I'd like to hear that story. Would you like to come up and talk about that? Let's talk about that. Aaliyah, just press the multi-guest option, and I'll have you come up and we can talk about what happened to your husband. Okay? You're watching Encounters. I'm CmdrAleon, the host of the show, host of
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me again.
And yeah, it's great. Can you bring yourself on camera again, Aaliyah? You know how to do that?
Yeah.
You think so?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. I don't want to pull your leg or anything. But...
I'm sitting outside. Hold on. Let me see if I can figure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see me?
Not yet. Once that camera is unlocked, I'll see you.
Not yet.
Yeah, you have to press save. When you press the camera and that line goes away, you press save and you'll be on the camera.
It's on my phone.
Let's see here. Nope, I'm not hearing you. Breaking up a little bit too. It might be where you're hanging out.
I have a delay on my phone.
There you are. Yeah, I see you now. How you doing?
Good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good to see you back again. So tell me about your husband. What about this woman? What happened with that?
So he just told me about this tonight. He said that he came down the stairs and he sat down on the couch and then suddenly he couldn't move. It was kind of like sleep paralysis almost. And he said a bright light came through the window and then he saw this woman, but it made him feel uncomfortable. Like he didn't feel like she was there. I don't know. It wasn't like, I don't know how to explain it. He just felt very uncomfortable with her.
Now,
you know what I mean?
Did he describe what the woman looked like?
And he has all these. Go ahead.
Yeah, what did the woman look like? I'm very curious.
I'm curious. I could have him join if you'd like.
Yeah, I'd like to hear him tell the story.
But
if he's sleeping, I don't want to wake him up.
Looking. Yeah.
She looked like what?
Yeah, I don't want to wake him up either, but I could have him.
Yeah.
I could have him join next time. But, I asked, but he said that he didn't really fully describe it. He just kind of like brushed it off. He's just kind of scary looking at all he said. So I don't know. But
are you able to walk into a different room or something?
On his body, and I believe me.
Oh, no, you're breaking up a little bit. Can you? Are you?
Want me to walk into a different room?
Yeah, because you're breaking up on audio. It might be where your phone is. I don't know. Yeah, somehow your audio is. Sometimes the internet or Wi-Fi is not strong enough. You're still breaking up. Not yet. Let's see. We're going to figure this out. If you get closer to your Wi-Fi system, you won't break up. Like I'm in the room where my Wi-Fi is centered. So if I think near your Wi-Fi. Oh, you're much better now. Much better.
I'm near it. Yeah. Yeah, good.
Okay, good. That's good.
Excuse me.
Perfect. All right, so now that we have you clearly on audio. Yeah, what happened? So explain it again, because you're breaking up before about him.
Yeah. So he said he came downstairs and he sat on the couch, and suddenly he was unable to move. It was almost like he had sleep paralysis. And he said there was a bright light that shone through the window, and then he saw this lady or woman, and he said it felt very comfortable. Like, she wasn't there to help him. It was just a very scary thing, he said.
Mm-hmm. So the lady, I'm trying to figure out, what did she look like?
I asked him that, but he was just really vague about it. He just kind of brushed it off like he didn't want to talk about it. He said that she was kind of scary looking. I could.
So it's
I
scary
would love
looking.
to ask him. He's in bed right now. Yeah, I would like him to join. Maybe next time, I could get him to come and share the story. It might be better if he did.
Okay, why don't we do that?
So
That would be good. And
yeah,
also just let people know, tap my side of the screen. If you say 45,000, if you don't tap the screen, the likes won't go up. So if you tap the screen, all 350, we can get up to 100,000 by midnight. I mean by 1 a.m. in the morning. It's a 2-hour show. I'd love to hear his story when he's awake, though, when he's not sleeping.
yeah,
I think
absolutely. I was very
yeah.
surprised by it, and he also shared with me. He has like all these weird markings on his body that we cannot explain. He showed me
Mhm.
those tonight, and then when I was on your show before, I know I was
Yeah.
pretty vague, but
Yeah.
I think I have another implant in me. I feel I had a visit again recently. I was in my room, and the same thing kind of happened to me that happened to him, but I didn't.
Really? So they're being very sneaky, the low light. Whoop.
It's hard to make out.
Yeah.
Yes,
Your
they are, and
audio.
I can feel the implant in my leg. Like this is new.
Mhm.
This wasn't here before. I can feel it. It's
Would
crazy.
you
And
like me
so, but I
would you
also
like me to would you like me to take the implant out?
oh, absolutely, yes, please. I also believe I had a visit from. This is all new to me, by the way. Like this
I
is
know it
something
is.
I've been interested in my whole life. Yeah, so I don't know how to necessarily explain things very well, but um, I believe I had a visit from higher vibration ETs because I was upstairs in my room and I was laying there, and suddenly this beautiful bright light was above me, and I just felt
Mm-hmm.
very at peace, and it was just really warm. And I think they were there to tell me
So
that
that
they're there to help me.
Aaliyah, that's a different dose. So there's two things happening. Low vibe ETs implanted you. The high vibrational spiritual beings came to visit you. Did they come to visit you after you got the implant?
Yes,
Ah, see, I thought so. They're not
they
happy with
did.
that either.
Yes.
They're not happy with that. So what I want to let people
Yeah.
know before I do this, that if you've been watching my show, my father, Rubar, gave me, less than 3 months ago, he touched my forehead, and he gave me the ability to remotely take out implants all over the world. So I don't charge for this. I don't charge anybody anything for this. This is, that would never be right to do anyway. It's not about any money. It's about helping people, which is what I'm
Yeah.
here to do. I'm with the Ashtar Command. I'm here to do what I'm supposed to do. So I'd like to help you, and I'll be happy to take out the implant.
Yeah.
I'll be happy to do
Yeah,
it.
please. I would
Okay.
love for you to take it
So,
out.
all right. And what I want
I
you
mean,
to
you can
go
feel
ahead.
it. The other ones I could not feel, but this one you can feel. It's crazy. It's
Right.
wild.
Yeah, and I was just saying, Brandon, yes, I have the ability to use the palm of my hands here, and I remotely take out the implants out of the body. I take out the implants. For those of you who've never seen me do this, you're not going to see
Let's
the
do it.
implant. You're gonna have to trust me that I do destroy these implants. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to breathe in and out of your nostrils about 3 or 4 times. And what you're all going to see on my show here is me actually taking out the implant out of her body and destroying it. If you've never seen this before, don't be afraid. Everything I'm doing here is of the highest light of Christ consciousness. And again, I am my consciousness right now. I'm switching over to my cosmic consciousness, my Astral Command ship consciousness, and I'm going to take out the implant. Okay. Close your eyes, and when you're relaxed, as you're breathing in and out, let me know when you're relaxed. And everyone on the show are participants. You're going to see me take out the implant using the palm of my hand. Tell me when you're relaxed, Leah.
I'm relaxed.
Okay. In a moment, you're going to feel beams of energy coming into your forehead remotely. And where are you located?
Nashville, Indiana.
You're in Indiana. I'm in Connecticut. She's in Indiana. So I want to just let you know that
Nashville.
she's Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in Connecticut. and I'm going to do this remotely from where I am. I'll be
Mm-hmm.
taking out the implant.
Okay.
Just breathe in and breathe out of your nostrils, please. In a moment, you'll start feeling energy. I'm now starting to heat up my palms. I'm starting to feel the aura around your head. When you start feeling what I'm doing, let me know, please.
I can feel it.
Okay, you can feel it. I'm going to go down. And where did you say the implant was?
It's my right leg, like right above my knee, like to
Okay.
the left.
I'm going to go to your right. I'm going to go to the right leg. I'm going to go down to the right leg. I'm almost there now. When I get there, I'm shooting energy into your body. As soon as you feel the energy hit the implant, you'll know it. When I hit the implant, I want you to tell me. What I'm doing, everybody, is when I hit the implant, she'll tell me that's where it is, and I'm going to take it out. You're going to see this live on my program here. I'm scanning you right now. What I'm doing is I'm scanning her leg area to find the implant. I think I'm pretty close. Tell me when.
You're there.
Okay. I'm going to stop. I'm going to neutralize the implant. A lot of these implants move around. I'm going to stop it before it gets out of my vision. I'm now neutralizing it with both my hands. I'm going to take the implant out. I'm going to squeeze it first so you know that I'm taking out. You're going to feel something a little bit. I'm going to do it slowly so you can feel that this is really happening. You tell me when you feel it. I'm pulling on it right now.
I can feel it for sure.
Okay. You're not going to be hurt or anything. I'm going to take the implant out. I neutralized it so I can pull it out of your body, out of your leg area. Like I said, everybody watching this, you're not going to see the implant, but she'll verify that I am taking it out of her body. Almost out. You tell me when. You'll feel like a little pinch or a tingle. Now I'm just going to pull it straight out. Almost. One more. I'm squeezing the end of it, pulling it out, neutralizing it. Almost. Tell me when. Tell me when.
You got it.
I got it? Okay, I'm going to destroy it real quick.
You got it.
I put my two palms together, and I am dematerializing the implant and have destroyed it and sent it back to the creator. The implant's out. Tell us how you feel. You can cry if you want to. It's okay.
I feel really warm right now. Really warm and tingly. I know that sounds weird, but that's how I feel.
That's
really
okay.
Warm and tingly, and I don't know. I can't explain it.
No, you don't have to. We're going to heal up.
I feel really warm and tingly.
I'm going to heal the leg area. I'm actually putting a beam of energy in, which is what it'll do is go into your body of your physical skin. I'm going to heal up where they had the implant, and it'll take me a second. You're going to be completely healed. You'll feel a nice warm energy now in that area. Close your eyes, please.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. This will only take me a minute or two. We're going to heal her leg from the implant internally in her leg. We're going to heal that right now, and she will be perfectly fine. No more problems. And now what we're going to do, yes, they do. We're going to keep your eyes closed. We're going to put a shield around you. My father gave me some abilities here with this that I don't know. I know a certain thing I can do. Excuse me, give me a moment. What I'm going to do is put an invisible shield around her body. You're going to feel this, Aaliyah. It's going to be a beautiful thing. The shield is going to be put in your body, out of your body, around your body. And this will prevent anything from lower vibes won't be able to touch you. So keep your eyes closed. And when you start feeling this energy, it'll be a beautiful energy that's going around you on the outer part of your body. It's just to protect you. No one will be able to see it, but you'll. Are you awake?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Sometimes I'm wondering if I'm taking you off planet here. So, how do you feel?
I just feel very at peace.
Yes.
I feel warm, very light.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And your
Sense.
expressions,
Yeah.
your face looks much brighter. Everyone, look at her face. Look how beautiful her face is. See how she's glowing now?
Thank
The
you.
implant's been taken out. Her face is different. Look how beautiful she is. Isn't she beautiful?
I
She is.
appreciate that.
You're a
I
beautiful
don't
human
even
being.
thank you. Thank you very much.
Yep.
I don't even feel the knot in my leg. It's
It's
just so
gone.
wow. This blows my mind. I mean, I don't even feel it now. Yeah. I'm not even just saying that, like, I don't feel it at all.
Yeah. I just
That's
healed
why.
your body. I just healed your body.
Thank
Yes.
you. Huge. So huge.
Yes. My friend, I guess my friend April has been gifted with the ability, friends with fairies. She's able to pull out implants. My sister that goes on the ships, and we're going to be part of a group of 5. You probably have heard of it. We're going to be going off planet next year physically, and my parents will come to me here, and there'll be a rift opening up in the room, and they'll say it's time to go, and I'll be going on the ship, and then I'll be coming back. I won't be just going off. I'll be coming back and doing my show, but I'll be taking off. We're getting everyone prepared for contact in 2026, so I have a lot of responsibility in what I'm doing here, and I appreciate you so much. I appreciate and I want to help your husband too. I think he has implants in his body, and when he is able to come on, I will take the implants out of his body too.
Yeah, I would like to have him share his story. I think he can convey it better than me, and also I'd like him to
Yeah.
show things on his body if he's comfortable
Yeah,
doing
I don't want
that.
to get in trouble. I don't know if he has to show us the marks because I don't know what'll happen with TikTok. So I think the only
Okay,
thing we'll have to do is know the story, and I will
okay,
take out the implants if he has them. I'll take the implants right out of his
okay,
body. All right. We
perfect.
love
Yeah.
you. Many blessings to you.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for having me up again. I appreciate
Oh,
it so
almost
much.
definitely. Everything I
Wait,
do is unconditional.
I'm here to learn. That's why I'm here. Because I'm pretty adamant about this, and I know it's real, and I want to keep learning as much as I can.
Hmm.
So
You will.
I
You
appreciate
are.
it.
You
Yeah.
are.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for being here and supporting the show. That's it. I don't charge anything for taking out implants. I want people to know that. I'm not like putting billboards up on Interstate 96. I'm here to do the work that my father told me to do, and that's what I'm here to do, to help people. Oh, I have to do one other thing. You can't go yet. You're right, Sandra. We can't have you off yet. I've got to do this thing first. Sometimes I forget to do it. It's Sandra, thank you. So I want you to close your eyes and say these words. Okay. I am a cosmic, Christed being of light. I am free. I am light. I am love. And I will never be abducted again. And I am free. Now, the other thing I want to do, Sandra, thank you. We're going to put a protection around your house. I usually do this, and again, sometimes I forget to do these things, and thank goodness my friends here remind me. So what we're going to do is put a protection, and I'm going to put a beam of energy in all the rooms, which is important. So I'm going to, right now, my palms are getting really, really hot. I'm going to shoot the energy into every room in your house. We're going to, any residual energies from the negative vibe ETs are going to be taken out. We're going to clean all the energy everywhere in every room, a basement, wherever it is. I'll do this in 2 seconds. Give me a moment. All your rooms, including your bedrooms, are going to be clearer. We're going to put the energy around the outside of your house. We're clearing all the energy wherever there were negative ETs coming. We're closing any possible openings that they were able to come in, any portals they had that they opened up. We're closing them and sealing them. They will not be able to come back into this dimension. Give me a moment. The room you're in, you're going to feel energy right now. I'm going to fill the whole room with a higher vibrational Christed energy, and you should be feeling it in just a second. It's going to be real strong. Tell me when you feel it. I'm shooting all this energy right into that room.
Oh, I definitely feel it. Most definitely.
Okay. I'm using the palm of my hands. I'm shooting this energy to where she is in her home, and I'm taking all the energy that was from the negative ETs that have been in her house. It's all being destroyed. It's being closed. It is now clear.
Wonderful.
So your whole house is protected, and the light beings, the space people that were positive, they are from a higher dimensional frequency. Now they are able to visit you, and only they can visit you, not the negative ETs anymore. You will learn from the positive beings. I believe they were human, the ones that you were seeing that you said were the good ones. Yes, you will now have contact with the good people.
That's great. That's great. And
yes.
What are some things that I can do?
I think the most important thing you can do is always walk in your strength, meaning now that you know who you are, you will have the control. You have the power now. The negativities can never bother you again. Now that you're now protected and you're empowered, you have to say to yourself, I am always this star person. I am from the stars. I am a Christed being of light from the stars. I am having the human experience, but now I know better. Now I know how to control situations. I will not let my husband or me be affected by ever again by negative ETs. You control the whole thing. You have the light surrounding your house. To have the light in you're totally a beautiful being of light. And now you can, in your meditations, take 20, 30 minutes in meditations to allow yourself to focus on those star people that visited you, the good ones. And the good ones that they were waiting to see. They didn't like what was happening, but they didn't have any time to kind of they couldn't interfere with what was happening at the time. But then they don't have to now, because you got rid of all that garbage. And so you can make communications in your dream state tonight. I want you to remember what they looked like, the star people, the beautiful ones, and tell them, I am a Christed being of light. My name is so-and-so. Would you communicate with me telepathically so we can get to know each other and see how the response is? Now you won't have any blockage from these lower vibes trying to stop it.
That's great. Well, thank you so very much for everything.
Oh, you're very welcome. And you're always welcome back. And I want to talk to your husband too.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so glad to be here.
Glad to have you. Always. All right. Thanks for coming up. All right.
Late Commander.
All right. We're going to bring you down to, I'll tell you much love to you. And this is what I do, folks. Like I said, I'm not from this planet. I am having the human experience. If you can understand that, I'm fully now activated by my father. I'm able to remove implants all over the world. And I do this unconditionally. I don't charge anything for it. I'm not going to. I never will. That would be unacceptable to me because then you'd say, oh, he's charging money for taking out implants. No, I don't do that. Never do that. Thank you, Heart Mom. I appreciate it. And I think we have two people that want to come up here. Let's see. Christy B, I'll bring up. And then there's DJ Ra. Christy B, we're going to bring her up. You have to be over 18. No smoking, no vaping on the show, no drugs, no drinking, no politics, religion, or paranormal stuff, no kids on the show, and no trolls. I think, hey, Christy, good to see you. Welcome to the show.
Hello, good to see you too. I don't know how to make my video show, but oh, there it goes.
Oh, the video part? Oh, that's easy. You have to just press the camera with the little line in it, then just press save, and you should be able to go right on live on the screen.
I see.
I've helped you. There you go. That was easy. So it's great. So it's great to have you with us. Whereabouts are you located on the planet?
I'm in Central California.
Great to have you with us here. So tell us your story, and so people can have an understanding of what you want to talk about.
Well, we were getting ready to go to the store the other day, and I remember I just looked in the sky because I'm always looking in the sky because I have a huge telescope that we got from a yard sale. I think he got it like a year ago, and we never had the lenses for it, but I got a couple lenses from a friend, and so I started using it. It's really neat. I never knew it was that interesting up in the sky, but I seen a huge I don't know. I guess the news said it was a comet that was supposed to be in the sky. Like for around a month, it looked like it would just stay on, like the second moon, you know? Like it would just be a standstill. But I was like, is that what that is? And so before we went to the store, I turned the telescope to it and I focused it and I was like, at first it just looked like a fireball and I was like, well, let me mess around with the focus knob or focus knob. And then it turned into this crazy well, you've seen it, that video. A bunch of people have seen it. Tons of people have seen it now.
Yeah, I did.
There is of mine anyway, but and I just kept messing with it a little bit because I've never seen anything change like that. Like I've done stars, I have videos of stars and planets, and it's never done that.
And her video, I've seen her video, Christy's video, and I always look to see what people are doing in terms of videos. I've seen the people that do the CGI stuff, which is fake because they have these big ships and all these people are looking at it. It's all generated, but your stuff is real. And what I was getting after reviewing your video is that it was a matter of fact, I might be able to show it here. I think I can go to your page. I can show it right on live here so people can see what I'm going to show people Christy's video. And what I'm getting is this thing was 2 spaceships or something. It was a huge spaceship. It was definitely not a planet. It was definitely, I got to show people this thing. This is going to amaze people. Let me see here. Can I do this? Here,
I've never had so many views on a video. I have there's 250,000 views on the video now, and I'm I don't even know how that happened. I think the most views I have is 1,000, maybe.
I'm going to show people the video. I'm going to go to your TikTok page. Let me see here on my frame. Let's see. Okay.
Because usually, if you focus in and out on anything else, a star or planet, it just gets like a donut and it's bigger and goes off the screen. But this, I focused it all the way out, and it turned into a shape that was morphing. It was weird.
People are going to see this. I'm going to put Christie's. I'm looking up I'm going to your TikTok here, and we're going to show everybody the video. Let me see here. I'm just okay. Let me see if I can do this. All right, I'm going to go to Christie's video, and I got it right here. I'm going to turn the lights out, and on this screen here of mine, I'm going to go to a different thing here. I'm going to go to put it on. I'm going to turn the camera on and switch the camera over. Hold on a minute. You're all going to see this. This thing is amazing. So when I flip the camera, I'm going to show you this right now. Whoops. I'm going to turn the lights out here for a minute. And this is going to blow your mind. Let me see here.
Oh, I turned it off for me.
Okay, let's see if I can do this. I got the camera. I'm going to turn my Okay, let me go to the effects page. Okay, here it is. Let me see here. Is that, did I turn the thing? Here we go. I got to turn myself around here. Hold on a minute. I got to flip the camera. Okay, here it is. This is her. This is the ship that you took. What day was this? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was the 21st at 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
21st.
And this thing, were you looking through this in your telescope, correct?
Yeah, my phone was mounted on on my telescope. That
The
line
phone was mounted.
that
Yeah,
little
can you
that
also?
thin line, you can see it's moving,
Yeah.
and that is the telephone line. That you can tell is because it moves and goes all the way off of it. That's the telephone wire, like way off in the distance.
Oh, telephone wire. Okay.
Yeah, but that,
So
that
this
the line
whole.
that's there now is not. That line that's right through the middle is not. That little thin one that moved off of there is. Then that is not. I don't know what that is.
So the bigger thing going through the light and the bigger one at the bottom, that's not the wires. That's something else.
Yeah, the telephone wire is not in there anymore.
Yeah.
Because it was just
And
a thin little tiny line that went like that and went down.
you can see the
The
thing.
object-
You can see it, Christy, pulsating. It's
Yeah.
really pulsating. And I kept reviewing your thing so I have a better understanding of what it is. It's definitely a large spaceship. Look at that pulsation of energy.
And I'm sorry that it
That's
moves so much. It's the telescope is so powerful. Even moving that, because
Yeah.
it's not electronic, I have to do it manually. Moving the knobs looks like I'm bumping it, and I'm not. I'm barely touching it.
No, I know you're not. I know you're not. But I've never seen anything. This is just an amazing video. And I review lots of video footage that's sent to me. But your video here is amazing. Amazing.
Wow, that's crazy looking. That's scary to me. That I seen that, and I was like, I called my roommate over there. I was like, look at this. What in the heck? I was freaking out a little bit because I've never seen anything like that before.
It's definitely very advanced. They're very, I was getting, it's a very big spaceship. I think it's so beyond our technology. People, if they're trying to think, how does it operate, don't try to figure it out. This thing is very, very advanced. And I believe there were space beings in it. I don't know how high up it was. If you had to gauge how high up in the sky it was, what would you say?
Well, okay, it wasn't that high, like up over the horizon, because I live right in town, and so it was above the houses, the roofs of the houses, like in the view, whatever, like just right past me. But I will say that if I focus in and out with the knobs on even the moon, it gets big enough that it goes off of out of the side of view, like the viewfinder, of the telescope, and that is all the way focused out. It turned into that. So I mean, it had to be huge. Oh, I will say that 2 days ago, after this happened. Just a few days after that happened, I saw on the news, it was on my phone. I took pictures of it, screenshots of it. It said that there was a comet that hit in the Pacific Ocean right off California, but it was in the middle of the night, so nobody saw it. That's what it said, and I'm like, well, I think I saw it, But
I think the news is lying.
really,
I think that this thing is not a comet. I've seen comets. This thing is definitely not a comet.
True, it didn't have a tail. I forgot about that. I'm telling you, I'm not usually into this stuff. I'm not. This is all new to me. Literally, I got
right.
your page.
I'm going to show them some other.
Comment.
You have more stuff here. Let me see here. I'm going to try to show them different angles of this. Let me see if I can just do this here. Here's another angle of it here. You had a few videos that you had added.
Yeah,
Same thing. Question was, how long did it film for? I'd like to see longer clip. That's a ship. And you're right. It is definitely a ship. Amazing.
It's weird, and at the end of the video, the long one, you can see it like starts turning because something starts coming out the side, and I don't know. It was bizarre.
Let me go back to that. We're going to go back to that here. Let me just go back. I'm going to go to this one. I think this is the longer one.
The other video on my page, that's of the moon. It's just like has a song and stuff, but it's just a real short clip. That is the same telescope, phone mounted on it, same lens. I only have the one lens and a Barlow lens, and it's clear. You could see every crater on the moon, and then that looks like that. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, you're asking if it's a comet. When I saw the video, I said, nope. Before I even met you, I knew that was a spaceship. Let me go back to this thing here. Hold a minute. And
you
let's
can go
see.
to my page and watch the videos. There's something saying that not everyone.
Here's a whoops. Let me get that out of there. Yeah, let me just do this here. Here's a clear picture right here. Look at that. This is the long one.
It's moving so fast. It's so hard for me to keep it on the screen. I
I
keep having
know.
to. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm sure the ship was moving in the sky a little bit too.
Yeah,
But
fast.
if it were
Almost.
if this was a comet, it would have gone like in like seconds. It would have hit the ground. This thing was not going down at all. This thing was definitely up in the space. Look at that. Beautiful. That's a beautiful catch.
I
You
know
know.
everybody wants clear pictures of stuff like UFOs and whatever, and then somebody commented, "That's exactly what that is. It's clear because it is. It's
Yeah.
crisp around the edges and stuff. It's just who
Oh
knows?
yeah. That's a clear spaceship.
It's nothing that we
That
can
thing is
find.
pretty big. I don't know how big that ship is, but I would say it's very big.
Yeah,
You were.
and a couple hours later, it was gone. Like it wasn't there anymore. So I mean, something moved. Something it went somewhere, but it was moving pretty
It was.
fast for the line to go through.
Yeah. It probably was hovering up in space, and I think it was meant for you to see it. I don't know if it was. I don't think it was meant for anybody else but you. That's how it works, you know. You're
Yeah,
very honored to be seeing a spaceship of that magnitude. That is absolutely amazing.
yeah. It's a pretty long clip of it, and I was
Yeah.
just.
You know, you're going to have more.
I wasn't feeling anything. Like somebody asked if I was feeling
Yeah.
anything. But, I mean, I was
No.
just dumbfounded. I don't know the words. But I was
Yeah.
speechless when I seen it. I was
Yeah,
yelling at her.
you're gonna, Kerry soon. I know I don't do any more do that with the ships, but you're going to have more experiences now that you had this.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be beautiful for you. You're actually going to be in contact with space people soon. If you've never had that experience, don't feel afraid of it. It's going to be beautiful. These are human, spiritual beings that are probably anywhere from 7.5 to 9 feet tall. They're human men and women. So there's a reason why I found you when I was scanning, and you had the gift of being able to videotape a spaceship of light.
Somebody said, I wish you would point it out. It's that whole light that's on his screen is the whole thing.
Yeah, the whole light.
Black around it is the sky, like the. It's
Yeah, the background. Yeah, it's
light
the whole
is
light.
what I saw. Yeah, it was in
Yeah.
the sky. That light. It's weird.
You know.
But I'm not scared too much of too much. You know, as
Oh,
long as
good.
there's not spiders going out. No, I'm just kidding.
No, these are positive beings of light. So I don't know where they're from, but I can tell you they radiate very, very beautiful energy, and they wanted you to see their ship. It was for you.
I
So
look
you're
out
very
there
honored.
every night since it's been cloudy, or else I'd be out there watching it
Yeah.
every night.
Well,
Yeah.
you got the winning ticket here on this one. You have some real footage here that I wanted everybody in the world to see because I think it's really beautiful, very beautiful. Let me turn the lights back on here. Let me do this here. I gotta get my light back on here, and then the other light here. I'm going to go back to my other thing. Flip the camera. Oh, I flipped it. I gotta flip the camera again here, so we can go back on to where we were. And on my green screen here, let me just do that.
Oh, you have a halo.
Yeah, I didn't plan on doing that. That was by accident.
Mm-hmm.
But now I have a halo. So there, I had no idea that, you know, now maybe the Astro Command wants me to have a halo tonight, but I'm going back to my background, and that's not it either. Let's see here. Go into my hand screen, effects. I will get back to there we go. All right. The halo's gone, but here we go. So I'm going to turn on the other light here. All right, we're back. So,
you're outside. I'll put more videos up. I mean, I will. I've got anything I see. Because
yeah, I think now you're going to have more sightings of things like that. Now you know what to look for. They'll be different than a star or planet. I'm sure you know about all the planets. You have a star chart in the background. So you're one of those people that's, you know, you're well versed.
This is actually off of we bought a pallet of stuff off the Amazon pallet.
Really?
And this is one of them. And I thought this is the coolest thing ever, so I hung in my room. But I don't know what they mean. But I have a star map and one of the, I forgot what the app is, but on my phone. And you use the compass and it shows you where everything's at. It's really cool.
Very cool. Very cool. I like that. That's a good background. But I think you're going to have more sightings. First, they'll come back. You can ask them to come back. Do you know what telepathy is? Do you know how to communicate through consciousness?
No, I've looked into it a couple times, like a long time ago, but not recently.
Now it's time to use that ability. So we all have, as human beings, the latent ability of communicating, like you and I are speaking right now. It's speaking without speaking with our mouth. So it's telepathy. It's just conscious to conscious communications. So the way that works is you put in through your meditation, do meditation maybe 20 minutes a night or day. Take time to do that and focus on that light and the beauty of that golden light. And say to yourself, I wish to know if you're Christed beings of light that were there that night. Can you telepathically communicate with me where you're from? So that's how you'll start your communications with them. You can ask them and just say to yourself, I am a Christed cosmic being on Earth. I want to know if the people that were on that ship with the golden light, are also cosmic Christed beings from another planet. And you can facilitate that question every time you meditate. And then eventually, if you receive any answers, I want you to come back on and share that with us when that happens. That's going to be your cosmic assignment.
For sure.
But I think you can do it because you're into the stars, you're into the planets out there. You are a very open person. Your energy is very beautiful. I think you'll have no problem doing it whatsoever.
Well, thank you. Cool. This is the first time I've ever been live too, so if I'm nervous,
yeah, you're okay. I'm glad I found you when I was scanning TikTok, and I said I saw that video. It blew me away so much. I see a lot of video. I have a page here. I think I posted it on my main page here. If I haven't, I'm going to post it. I'm going to try to post it here, and so people can see it. If you send me a copy of it to my messaging thing or my email, I can do it better that way. So, yeah. So if you send to my email, send it to my program email, which is CmdrAleon at AOL.com. So if you email it to me, I can download it in my gallery, and then I'll transform it right onto my main page, and I'll put it on my YouTube, Ashtar Command Spaceship News, which is where all my shows are. And I also put spaceship videos on there too. So yeah, I'd be happy to do that.
At what? What was the email? At what? At what?
It's CmdrAleon at AOL.com.
That's
That's
okay.
right. And that goes for anybody out there that has video footage. You want me to look at it, give me the date, the location, where it was happening, and I'll review the videos. Great. Christy, thanks for being here now, and you're welcome to hang out with us. This show's for everybody. So we're glad to have you as a part of the tribe. There you go. Hey, Christy. Everyone, thank Christy. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for sharing the video as much as you have, and I will share more.
There you go. I know you will. Let me just bring her down. And this is what this show's all about. I quietly, people don't know this. I am looking at all the videos out there. People are videotaping these objects. There's a lot of people on YouTube, on TikTok, who are really getting some really fantastic videos. It's amazing. And I reached out to a few people in the last few days that have some incredible video footage, and I'm trying to get those people to come on the show, and I think I will. Especially the woman in upstate New York and Lake George. I'm trying to get them on here. They have a video that I think would blow your mind as well. I've always loved stargazing ever since I was little. I've seen so much in the sky. Same here, Aaliyah. Same here to me. I've always been that way too. When I was a kid, I never stopped looking at the stars. But that's also when I saw a lot of spaceships, when I kept looking at the night sky. That's why I saw a lot of things like that. It was really incredible. And Christy, thank you so much. You've been a blessing. Thank you for coming up here. And if you want to be a guest, if you've also been documenting things like Christy, you can come on. You have to be over 18. No kids on the show, no vaping, no smoking on the show, no drugs on the show, no drunks, no religion, no paranormal discussion, and no politics. And no trolls. If you're a troll, we'll get you out of here in 2 seconds. On the most popular spiritual UFO talk show on social media. Tanya, thank you for the gifts. Dan, very welcome to the show. This is Encounters. We're on most nights, 11 o'clock. A Saturday night is Ashtar Command night on Encounters, where we talk about the Ashtar Command. That's every Saturday evening right here on this network. Don't miss it. Sonia, thank you again for the gifts. Gerard, thank you for the hat. We appreciate it. And we have our apple cider tonight on a Sunday night, going into Monday morning. And as you can see, we cover a lot of areas. We take out implants. We talk about people's spaceship sightings and show videos. Hello, Sunshine. Good to see you. Michael, welcome to the show, Michael. Adam MF James. Taze, welcome. I've always been drawn to the stars and space and ETs. I've been fascinated my entire life. Me too. Me too, as a kid. Yep. Maria, good to see you. Maria Sanchez, welcome to our show. Angela, welcome. User 169, welcome to our show Encounters. Reggie Gist, JBL. User 877, all the people coming in here late night, welcome. Rumples, I think Lawrence, Shimmer, welcome Shimmer. Barb, welcome Barb to Encounters. For the new people coming in here, this is an actual talk show. I'm host of WESU's Cosmic Eye radio show on NPR Pacific Radio on WESUFM.org for 21 years. And also here with the, I'll be sending you some videos I got. Oh, Maria, definitely. Make sure you give me the date, the time, and the location of the video taping. I'll DM you my question as it's not allowed. Okay, definitely do that, just not Nicole. I'll definitely look at that. Yona, thank you for the follow. DJ, hi, Commander. I'm ready to come up and tell my true stories. We're going to bring you up now. And if you can come on camera, let me see how many followers you have. Oh, you have plenty of followers. If you can come on camera, do you know how to use the camera? There you go.
Yep. Yeah,
Good
I
evening.
just
How
had
are
it.
you?
Good evening. I'm doing pretty good. It's actually I'm actually excited. I'm a little nervous too,
Hey,
I
it's
want to
okay.
I want to recall everything, in a short amount of time, but definitely get some answers here, but um I'll say first off, I'm living a weird life. What I was, used to before it was not this. I've seen with an ex-girlfriend in the year 2004, I believe. It was in on I even remember the highway. I looked it up. It was a 401 West. We were leaving Detroit, went through the tunnel and came up through Windsor, and they were heading towards Toronto. Um, and and I was on that highway stretch. It was like miles and miles of farmland on either side. It was a pretty
Mm-hmm.
boring patch of the freeway at night. You could see the stars in the skies. We were driving a Cavalier, which is now a Cobalt. So we're
Okay.
looking through the windshield. There's no reflections, no cars behind us or anything really. It was pretty dark. And of course I'm looking up at the sky because you can see the stars and I saw this bright, what it looked to me like a bright star, and this is how I know
Mm-hmm.
they camouflage themselves in the sky as stars. Um, and I was talking to the driver, Christy. I was like, "Hey, Christy, is that the North Star? We're going north, right? I never seen the North
Right.
Star, and because we were heading, up Michigan,
Yeah.
like not down, and we were heading up,
Yeah.
in Canada. Well, down, yeah, it's a weird drive,
I
but
know what you mean. I kind of know what you mean. Go ahead.
yes. So I was talking about it for like 10 minutes, like, well, it's definitely not a star, or it's not a space, or what I said is definitely not like, an airplane, because you can
Right,
see
or a
them, they
helicopter or
fly,
something. Yeah.
yeah, or helicopters, and they got that little blinkies, No,
Yeah.
this was just like a solid, bright star, and it looked pretty close, but it looked far away like it would be in space. But
Yeah.
talked about it for like 10 minutes, kind of guessing what it was. I didn't take my eyes off of it, and it put on the most incredible maneuver pattern in the sky. And the last maneuver was like must have went deep space because it just went
Wow.
and shrunk,
It was gone.
And
It was gone. It went out. Yeah.
yeah, but it's like this is crazy though. It's wild. I spotted it and I was talking about it, and it let us know that it was not any of those things, and it did like its navigation system went haywire. It went
Wow.
and it started going shoo, 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 like
Really?
that, and then the last one was like, and then it's gone. It's like, whoa, it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
And of course, it was our, that was what we shared with my friends that when we arrived in Toronto, they probably, they didn't know what to think. But throughout my life, also with that gal, and we moved to a house, and I've seen like transparent pastel colored orbs with electricity around them. And
Wow.
the cat was on the table, and it rattled when he jumped up, and he was looking at. We thought a spider. He likes us to knock spiders down so he could eat it, play with
Right.
them, and eat them. He was a Bengal, and it was still in the hovered above its head. He was looking up like this, and these are the different color orbs, different sizes, all in one big cluster.
Yeah.
Small ones, medium ones, a big one, and on the outside of the orbs, it's like you look like you could get shocked if you touched it.
Right.
See through too, transparent. So I had that,
Transparent. Yeah.
and yeah, and so and then I recently um, before we moved from Traverse City, I recently I was looking up in the sky forever since I seen that maneuver action.
Yeah.
I always look up in the sky now, and lately I've been seeing like if you very carefully look, you can very pinpoint little dots that look like farther away stars, but I would
Yeah.
see it going,
Really? Do you think?
doing little curves.
Yeah. Do you think they're connected to that space? Because I think the UFO you saw, I call that a
Yeah, I
spaceship.
don't really know.
Once I think
Yeah,
it's a spaceship. Do
yeah.
you think that the orbs were connected to what happened? How long was it past what year was that sighting? And when in your new place when
Right
the
before
orbs
I
started
broke up with
occurring?
her, that big, yeah, well, right before I broke up with her in 2004, it had to
Hmm.
be like 2003 or something.
Yeah.
And then, and I broke up with her when we were in the new house because we moved from, she had a little trailer, a single white trailer, and she bought a house and we moved into the house.
Okay.
And in the house, I believe the house had energy, spirit energy in there because things were appearing or things were missing, and we like our ceiling fan would be taken away, and we
Hmm.
looked for it for 2 weeks, and then it'd be a wake up to it on top of the bedspread, which is pretty
Really?
wild.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, just a lot of weird things, but I wonder, that's one of my biggest questions, is this all connected? And the fact that it put on that show in Canada, airspace, you
Yeah.
know, I guess you would call that a CE1. It was interacting with us. It's like their technology must be really awesome because we were talking about it in, talking voice volume,
Right. Right.
and it was like it knew what we were talking about, and it
Oh, they
decided to
do.
show us you found us, and
Yeah.
it's not any of these things. We're here,
Oh,
and
yeah.
gave me something really to think about, get excited about.
Well, the space
And
people, the space
um
beings, they can see they know you're there. They when people do see, we have a C5 group here in the New England area, an Astro Command and Contact group. I've had it for 13 years. We have a really good group. We've actually seen spaceship orbs. I saw last year, or was it this year? It was this year, early in the year. We're at Long Island Sound on the East Coast here, and this is I for some reason we had our group. It was still daylight a little bit, getting dark, and I saw this round orb over the sound, and I was not near the rest of the group. I was like looking at this thing, and I knew it was a spaceship. And then I got somehow out of that. I was come back to the group and said, "I just got to tell you folks, I saw this big orb, like beautiful orb over the Long Island Sound, like out maybe not even less than a mile out." And did anyone see it? And they said no. I said I must have been I was like right on the water, standing there watching it. And so I understand what you're saying. I think that they know you're there. I think they know wherever you are right now. They know the space beings. They know where you are right now, without a question. Just like they
and
did
in
when you're in the
Traverse
truck.
City, and here's another experience in Traverse City. I went out, I smoke cigarettes, okay, but I don't condone that, but I went out to the porch, and I had my flashlight, and I got one of those flashlights that have 4 or 5
Yeah,
different modes. It even
yeah,
has an SOS mode, and I had the
yeah.
thought in my head, it's like, I wonder if they know our SOS. So I put the
Oh yeah,
flashlight up in the sky, and I found this little patch of where there wasn't any stars because there were stars
right.
around, and Of
Right.
course, we had tree coverage all around the yard. It was just that
Yeah.
clear space of sky. And I'm looking up and I'm like, "Tick, tick," I turned it on and I turned it off. And then in that section of the sky that I had the flashlight, a light appeared and then it disappeared. So I was like,
Wow.
I want to do this I want to do this a second time and because and see if this is really what is happening. SOS again. And then I turned it because it was the last setting and I turned it off. And then I waited, and it's like it happened the second time. So I
See?
said, if this happens the third time, I'm leaning into the door to call my wife to get out of bed and come out and look at what's going on with me and the flashlight
Right.
in the sky.
Right.
And so I did it the third time, and it did it. And I was like, okay, I don't want to leave the porch. I want to stay
Right.
right there. So I reached in, called her. So she came out, and I got a pic. I don't have the picture to pull up, but it's us standing out there with me and with my flashlight
Your little
going
light.
up,
Yeah.
from the ring cam. Yeah, and
Wow.
so that was pretty awesome.
Hmm.
I just I want to have more contact. I want to be able to talk to them. I would
Yeah.
love to be in a CE5 group. I I good luck getting a hold of Dr. Stephen Greer,
Well, you don't have
but
to worry. Don't worry about
yeah.
Stephen Greer. I met him. I have a lot of knowledge because I'm not from here. Well, I'm human. I'm a contactee. I had my first experience in the 60s when I lived for a short period out in Long Island in New York State. I went upstairs from my downstairs. My mother, father, and brother, who's 8 years older than me, was downstairs. And all of a sudden, I left the room, went to the second floor, past my bedroom to my brother's room, opened the blinds up, and there was a spaceship with men and women that were beautiful, and their children who might have been what I looked at to them be teenagers, and they looked very beautiful, and they had a flying saucer type craft hovering at night, almost at ground level, and they had a beautiful light energy around the ship, and I was right preteens. So I've had many experiences. I've told people that I'm not from this planet. I'm human. I work just like everybody else, but I work with the Ashtar Command, which are the positive space people from beyond Earth who are coming back. We're going to have contact in 2026. So if you're kind of new to the show, I'm glad you're here. This is where
Yeah.
a lot of stuff is happening, and you'll learn a lot
Yeah.
of stuff on my show too. So you can definitely, oh yes, yeah. So you can definitely, yeah.
So I'm also having this experience for the last married. Okay, been with Karina for 5, married for 8, so 13 years.
Hmm.
And we got married on that date because of all the 11,
Yeah,
11. So I'm wondering if
yeah.
there's a correlation too with the
There could
angel
be.
numbers they call them. And
Well, you,
we got married on that date because we met, but didn't know that
yeah,
we were going to meet on January 1st, 2011.
yeah.
But that didn't come up until later on after all these experiences.
Wow.
And that's why I carry that number with me everywhere I go,
The
and
one thing, and then the one thing you
literally.
can, now
um,
the one thing you can do though is download the Dr. Greer C5 app. Our group uses the app. We have our own meditation before we
yeah, I
do our
have it on my
C5s
phone.
in the. Oh, you do? Yeah, just use that more
Yeah,
often. That protocol. There's an
yeah, I
update.
do.
So you want to? Did you update the
Okay.
protocol? Update the app. It has more
No, I
things
didn't
on
yet.
it
It's
that
probably needs.
it needs updated. There's certain tones now, and I was watching another video.
Okay.
I think tonight,
Okay.
earlier today, they were driving on a road, and they had the C5 tones going while they were driving, and they were seeing these. The guy was like freaking out, and he couldn't believe it. And they were seeing these different spaceships or UFOs appear, and they recorded them. And they were he was in a passenger seat, someone else was
The
driving,
tones
and they had
attract
the
them.
C5. The tones attract them. Yeah. Yep. So update the app because there's new tones on there that have been
Okay.
added on the app. I just updated mine, and you'll see those tones. If you just play the tones and you go out with your
So
wife
my
and just go out and see,
yeah, yeah.
you'll happen.
My wife, my soulmate, also had an experience in Midland, Michigan, where we are now living in Midland again in one of her childhood homes. We moved in
Okay.
with the in-laws there upstairs, and but her mom and dad were involved from far away in a car. And her sister were little girls. I'll give you an idea how their age.
Hmm.
Let me take this picture down. This is them. This is the age.
Okay.
About the age that they were, and they were had their aunt over for babysitting while their mom and dad went out to see the astronauts speak at the arts or the science center or something. And
Hmm.
they were coming home. They saw red lights blinking in the sky above where they generally live. Meanwhile, at home, those two little girls and the aunt were in it's nighttime. My wife describes it as a cigar shape coming down and hovering just above the grass in the yard. She could see it from the bedroom throughout the bedroom window. She could look out and see it. So they got scared, ran and got on. Her sister got under the covers. I guess they tried waking up their aunt, but their aunt wouldn't wake up for
Oh, she
some
was
reason.
asleep.
And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
and uh and then so Karina is the type of little girl that doesn't hide her eyes. She wants to see what's about to get her. She described it as Superman because she's a little girl.
Yeah.
But it was a cigar shape. It was really bright. But then something happened. A little pod of a bright ball came from it up to the
Yeah.
window because the ship wasn't to the window. It was in the yard.
Right. Right.
Came up to the
Right.
window and then it went up and around the house. And then she looked to the right and she saw another window past that window. And she never did see it connect back with the ship. And
Yeah.
and she called that little pod Superman because it was flying around.
Yeah.
And then that was their story, and she had tears in her eyes when she was telling me that story because
And
it was.
what year
I'm
was
like,
that?
holy wow! So,
What year did that happen for our
she's
viewers?
50, she's. I'm thinking she's 52 right now, and we're looking at like, dang, it's really hard. I would have to wake her up to ask
No,
her, but
we won't do that. But when
no,
that
I want
happened,
to think it's probably maybe early 80s or late.
early 80s, okay. So what happened is there
Yeah,
was a mothership. That's what that was. It sent out a probe, an orb, out of the ship that was unmanned, that was coming up to her to say, "Here we are," and that came out, and that was definitely a mothership where there were space people or beings inside the ship. They chose to send us out to communicate with her somehow. That's what it was.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's really neat that I have a wife and a soulmate who I experienced the 1111s with. Um, they happened to me when I moved in with her. So
Wow. See, that's
after a
amazing.
divorce, and she
Yeah.
was out of a divorce too. So we both were cheated on. So it's like the higher up connected us with two loving people that were hurt in the same way, but were
Right.
able to find the safety and love and support
Yeah.
together.
So,
It's just
and
amazing. I really feel
it is.
blessed.
Well, you are blessed. That's it's like how you have your cosmic soulmate on Earth. So it's a blessing what happened to you brought the blessing of your cosmic soulmate, which is her, to you, you to her, and that's why you can actually work together because now
It happened
you
when I
will.
met her. It's like I
Yeah.
wonder if that happens to people if they meet their cosmic soulmate, they'll start seeing 1111s or something. I
Yeah,
wonder. It's a
see,
good
yeah, they'll see
question.
stuff. Yeah, that you definitely will. I mean,
Hmm.
my kid, she's 26. She's seen things, and I've told my wife even that when I knew about going off planet, that we're going off planet soon. But don't worry, I'm coming back physically. I will be going off planet. It could happen. When it happens, it'll be next year. I'm going with 5 other people on a spaceship, and the people I'm
Hmm.
going with are human, and the people on the ship are like us. They're just a little bit taller. You're talking 7.5 feet to 8 feet tall, a person. So just to let you know a
Wow.
little bit as a person, you're going to learn a lot on my show. I'm on at 11 o'clock at night, and I do Saturday nights. You'll have a blast because we have our Astar coming night. My friend April, Friends with Furries 1111. She's in Vermont, and she's near the Canadian border. She's been off planet. She met me through the live here with 4 other people that we're all connected with. And then she started going off planet on the spaceship, met her father, her cosmic father on the ship. His name is Nanook. My father on the ship is Rubar. I have a mother, 2 sisters, and a brother on the ship. They're human. They're just taller than I am. And so soon we'll be going off the planet, and we're going to let people know when that happens. When I start going off planet, you'll know about it on the show here. A disclosure, contact,
Yeah.
everything is going to happen. We'll give you information here on the show.
Personally, about me, I had a ear stroke and meningitis. That's why I got some kind of numbness
Okay.
or here, and I talk
Yeah.
toward. I'm hearing impaired. I'm deaf in my right ear, and I profoundly and moderately in my left. That's why I only wear
Okay.
one headset, in a year.
Okay.
Let's see what I was gonna tell you a little bit about. Like, so I have some. I lose my train of thought too. Sorry. I had some challenges in life, but I was a pretty much an NDE. I was
Oh
near
yeah, I know what
death.
that is.
And
Yeah.
I was, they saved me from meningitis. It did get away with some damage on me, but I on blessed mom, I do see those patterns. One time I seen them around the clock in one day, and I even wake up at 11:11 sometimes. Um, all that is like I believe it's communication. But I do have also, I was told in 1996 in Soho, New York, that I had healing hands when I was shampooing a lady's hair, and she was a psychic. Um, and I was like, "Oh, you like the temple massages?" She's like, "No, no, no, it's not that. It's not what I'm talking about." Because I was just happened to be temple massaging her.
Right. Right.
You know, you know that was the little tips they gave me at the salon, to help.
Yeah.
Um, and so I tried that out. I do know that I have healing energy when I place my hand over people, and I did. And Christy, my ex, was one of them in the car ride in the same car too. One time we came home from Detroit, and I started praying over here, and then here, and then here, and here, all the way to the back. And by the
Yeah.
time we got in the driveway, I was just finishing up. She was in tears. I decided to test her. It's like she tried to describe what was going on. She said she felt her migraine follow the heat of my hand. I was like, BS, and she got mad, upset even more. And I was testing her. Um, so I've been learning a lot. I've started my own 1111 group and friend, and it pretty much runs itself. It
Oh,
started
good.
out as a place for me to find other people that were having that experience I was going through at the time. Because I read forums. It's like I don't really want to get. I want to read something now. Not something like when
Right.
years ago. And
Right.
and I've learned a lot since then. It's like an awakening journey, a healing journey.
Yeah.
And I'm just so blessed, even though I have shortcomings too. But I'm really
Well,
blessed.
the way to look at it
I would
is
like to
that.
know if can you
Go
help
ahead.
me contact these, my who's been
The space
showing
people.
themselves to me in the sky.
I could
Yeah.
give you. I could give you advice as I've given other people. Is that what I
Telepathy, I
like it?
do know that stuff works,
Yeah. So
but
now
I haven't
you
tried it up.
right. So you have the knowledge that billions of other people don't have, which is that it works. So now you're going to apply the knowledge of what you know. And the thing is, what I want you to do is like 20 or 30 minutes of meditation whenever you can. It could be at night or in the morning. And what you're going to do is saying, my name is so and so. I am a cosmic
Stephen,
Christed being of Stephen, a cosmic Christed being, Stephen, on Earth. I saw your ships so many times before. I wish to know more about your civilization. Can you communicate with me? And then, Stephen, what you'll do is it'll take time. It's not automatic. It takes time to build a relationship with star people. And you want to make sure that they are also Christed beings of light. So I always tell people when they're going to do this, make sure before you make the contact that they are Christed beings of light. If they say,
so
yes, we are,
they're familiar
yes,
with Christ. They know
right.
Christ.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're all essentially Christed beings. Jesus has been on April, the spaceship that April's been on. Jesus is actually a space person, which has really blown the way people think on Earth. He is a Christed being. I'm a Christed being. But Jesus is a Jesus. He is one Jesus, and he has a family off planet. He's the overseer of the councils of light of the Ashtar Command, which I work with. And so when you do this, you're going to be using the definite word, Stephen, that I wish to connect with the people that communicated with me that night and disappeared and showed me you're moving all over the place. Who are you? Where are you from? Are you Christed beings of light? And that's the key
And
word.
and why me?
And
And
why
why
me?
me?
And why me? Exactly why me? Because that was for you. And a lot of
Yeah,
times when I interview people, when they have these experiences of seeing a ship up close or whatever, they'd want to ask me, why is it me? Because you're the one who was meant to see it. It wasn't meant for 10,000 other people to pull over on the road. It was for
right.
you. And
And
that's exactly what
I'm
it was.
turning 50 this October 31st too. So
Oh, you wouldn't even know
yeah,
it. You're
yeah.
doing pretty good.
of the grace, but
Nah, no
thanks.
worries, no worries. You're good. You're good. You know,
These
so I'm
glasses
glad you're
magnify
here.
the eyes, though.
Yeah, but you're definitely good. Your
Readers.
energy, you got very good energy, and I think you'll have no problem making contact. And when you do, I want you to tell us about it. You know, when you do eventually have that
Yeah,
happen. You
yeah,
know.
and I would like to join a CE5 group. Like you're
Well,
way
you know,
over in near New York, right?
now, what state are you
Yeah.
in?
Michigan.
We have
And I'm
people.
living in Midland, and that's a hot spot here. And in Lake
Yeah,
Erie, Doc Richard Burns, I talked to him on the phone before UFO Meg's number came offline, and he said
yeah,
he had a friend over there in Lake Erie that he could get me in touch with, but that was a hot spot over there in northern Michigan,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. Well, you're gonna find
But
people here that
okay,
are. We have people in Michigan that are on my live, so you can ask
oh
right
yeah,
now. Are there any
that do
people? Ask
CE.
right now. Are there any people in
Is there
Michigan who want
anybody
to?
in Michigan near mid Michigan or northern Michigan that do CE5 groups and actually had quite a bit of awesome luck? Definitely contact me. I'm Steven. I'm also a DJ, which is amazing how I do that with my deaf ear. You know,
Yeah,
yeah, I
not
would be
yeah.
interested in you contacting me because I would like to join one of your groups.
Yeah. And if anyone, I have people in Michigan that have been on my show that do have sightings, get together, contact message Stephen, and get in touch with them. And you can form a local Michigan group yourselves with Stephen, and
Okay.
then get together, do the C5s together. It's much better if you have a small group of people. And if you
Yeah.
decide, you'll figure out how to meet with each other. So if you're in Michigan, contact Stephen on my show here. He would
Yeah.
like to get
Yeah.
together with people in Michigan to do this.
So this is my wife. This was my wife when she was a little girl, and this is her sister. She rest in peace. She passed away a few years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
She also had a sighting in as an adult woman. Um,
Hmm.
she got out of the car with her boyfriend Nick and got outside and stood on the side of the road, and they were looking over the field over their house is next to,
Hmm.
and she described it as a Ferris wheel of lighted dots. You know, it
Oh,
was like a
wow.
big
Beautiful. Wow.
yeah, it's a big, big circle. She couldn't get the whole thing in the picture, so she was getting little pictures. And I did have a copy of one from her phone, and I zoomed in on it, and I could see almost like it was a saucer.
Yeah.
That was on my very first Facebook account. That's got hijacked. I can't get a hold of those photos anymore, and
Hmm.
I shouldn't have photo dumped my phone into Facebook like that because now
Yeah.
I don't have, you know. And but
Facebook is kind of weird. Yeah.
she described it as a Ferris wheel, but then they were ships all in a big circle, like a big
Wow.
fleet. But
Wow.
yeah, I wish I could have seen that. Yeah, so there's a lot of UFO energy going on with my wife and I and her family and me. Not with my mom and dad who adopted me, but yeah, it's quite
Very
interesting, and
cool.
I want to connect with other people like us.
Very cool.
Thank you for
Very
having
cool.
me
This
on
is,
your live.
oh man, you're a pleasure. You found my show. This is the hottest show on social media because what we do here is real, and I'm glad you're here. So, Stephen, thank you, brother, for being here and sharing your stories. All right,
Thank you.
everyone, say
Thank you
hello to
very much.
Stephen. You're now part of the tribe
All right.
here, and we're glad to have you on the show. We'll
Thank
bring
you.
him down
Thank
nicely.
you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
And he's been a great guest. Great show tonight. It's now 1:15 in the morning on the East Coast here. You're watching Encounters, the number one spiritual UFO talk show on social media. If you're new here, I am from Mars originally, a planet of 10 to 15 million inhabitants. I'm also with the Ashtar Command. I actually work in cosmic crisis consciousness. My Ashtar Command family and are watching us on a monitoring screen right now on a ship. And I think we're going to maybe do one more interview. I'm not sure yet. If you've had any encounters, you've never been on the show, if you've had visitations by space people, we'd love to hear your story. And so we got over 100,000 people, and we want to thank you for getting us over 100,000. Please follow me. If you're not following me, out of the almost 339 people, become a follower of me, and that would be great. And also do like and follow both at the same time. And let's see here. So definitely good to have everybody with us. I think we might do one more interview. I see Little Gray One at night. I don't know if you're saying user 5641 that you're seeing little gray ships or not sure. Thank you, Enlightened, for the Tahar hat. Thank you very much. Jay Niner, good to have you with us. Michael77. Hey, Trisha, good to see you. Trisha S. Welcome, Trisha S. Matt, welcome to the show. You're watching Encounters. If you are somebody like a contactee and you've had contact with positive beings physically, let me know right now. Is there anyone out there having direct contact with space people? I know we have 323 people all over the world. Somebody out there is having contact. I still have a little bit of apple cider left here. We're going to be right back, take a mini break and get some more stuff to drink here. You're watching Encounters. In the meantime, just keep focused on the spaceships on the screen. We'll be right back. And we're back. No commercials, not on here. No, thank God there's no commercials on here on TikTok, right? Hey, Jane Honor, good to see you, everybody in here. And it's been a great show tonight. A lot of great guests. And we're going to wind it down. 1:30, we're going to end the show 1:30 Eastern. So is there anybody out there who's having physical contact with extraterrestrial intelligence or the star people or the space beings? Anybody? We'll see if we get some responses on that. Yes, no, no, yes. The commander would like to know. Don't be afraid. If you're having contact, this is a great place to share. Well, you're having spaceship sightings, Jane Honor. You're having contact that way. I think you're going to have physical contact pretty soon. Jane Honor has some great stuff. Thank you, Bird Lover. We appreciate that. So the question is, who out here is quietly having physical contact as a contactee with space people? You will. You will. All those that aren't will eventually have it. So we'll find out. We have 296 people out here. Out of 296, I think there's somebody having contact. I go by the percentages, you know? I go by the percentages. Who's Dizzy? That's a good name. Joe Givens, welcome. Kitty Mama, welcome to the show. Kevin, Top Life. You're watching Encounters. We're on at 11 o'clock at night on the East Coast. Saturday night, join us for Ashtar Command Contact Night and Q&A when we talk everything Ashtar Command. That show normally will have me, and if April's available, we will have her on. She would have been on last night, but she had some car problems. That's 10 Central. That's right. Hey, Mish Mish. Don't be shy. No one wanted to believe me. That's right. Last night I was definitely on. Last night I was on at approximately 11 o'clock, and we did Ashtar Command Night last night. I think we're going to call it an evening. I want to thank everybody for being here. Join us tomorrow night for another edition of Encounters, a show that's out of this world. We're here to bust the matrix, and this is also the show. Oh, Maria, you can find me. We're on last night for sure. Good to see you, Maria. Thank you, Christy. And I want to thank Christy for sharing her stories about her video. Check Christy's page out if you missed it. You can watch the video. She has them posted. Christy Breezy Benson, and she's an astronomer. She looks at stars, and she had a really major sighting a couple nights ago. All right, I'm going to sign out of here. I send my love to everybody, and thank you for being participants in the show, viewers of the show. Tomorrow night is another night. We'll see you again. Take care.